What's up guys, Chris from High Impact Audio here. Today we're going to be switching gears a little bit. So I figured this was a great opportunity. I've had this guitar, this one to be exact, lying around for a little while now, and she needs some tender love and care, so I want to go through my process on restringing a guitar. This is how my guitar teacher taught me back in the day, and I really want to aim this for anyone that's new to guitar and looking to learn how to restring their guitar, but also any seasoned players that maybe I do something a little bit differently than you that you can learn from. So let's check it out. Okay, so here we are. This is my Schecter C-7 Damien Platinum. It's a 7-string, obviously, with the C7. So first things first, we gotta take off the strings. So what I like to do, I will undo the strings just a little bit here, just to give some good tension on it. And I like to pluck the strings to make sure I'm going in the right direction, because God help us all if that string breaks and goes right into the eye. Okay, and then I cut it about midway through. I grab a couple of strings and go for it. And any wire cutters will do just fine for this. Today I'm using all the Music Nomad stuff. I've really enjoyed their stuff since I've gotten it. I know Dunlop has their own string kind of setup stuff, but I kind of gravitated for the Music Nomad side of things. I've really enjoyed them, like I said. Tie that in a nice little knot so that it doesn't come undone. And we'll flip this guy on over and hold on to the bridge so it doesn't fall out the front of it. And we'll push it right through the guitar. Your bridge may not have this set up, but you know, it'll be something fairly similar. Alright, so now that I have the strings off, typically I'm always going to polish the guitar. I'm going to get all the dust off of it, everything. I'm also going to oil down the fretboard, because that'll just make it so much smoother to play, and also it conditions your fretboard and keeps it really healthy. So, for the fretboard, I have the Music Nomad F1 oil. Okay, so now we have the oil on there, and I just use any old cloth. I have an old Dunlop cloth here. I kind of go up and down the frets here, and I spread the oil, and it kind of cleans up the fretboards as well. Then you get all the grime off the top of that fretboard, which really dulls down your strings. And then now the fretboard is all oiled up, I'll go ahead and start polishing. We'll get the all the dust off the top of the guitar. I'll use another just kind of random rag here. Today I'm using the Music Nomad guitar polish. It's the Pro Strength one that has. So I put a little bit in the towel, just a little bit, not too much. You'll want to get a nice little coat, kind of all over the place. Go all over the guitar. Hit the pickups a little bit. Looking good here. And then I'll kind of do the same thing on the headstock as well. Awesome. Heck of a lot better than it was. And then we'll go ahead and start putting in the new strings. So for today's strings, I typically use the DDT, the drop-down tuning, 11 through 65 gauge. It's a nice heavy gauge, especially with a 7-string and being in the lower tunings. I really enjoy it with a lot of the high gain tones that I get and kind of the nice chunky rhythms, especially in the breakdown pieces. We'll start with the 7th string here. What I like to do, when I get it through the tuning peg here, I pull it fairly tight. Make sure it's on the bridge and also through the nut as well. And I'll measure roughly 2 to 3 fingers. We'll do 2.5 today to make the cut. And that just keeps it a lot cleaner, especially up on the tuning peg, so you don't have this whole spool of string just kind of hanging out there. And then when winding up your string, always go from the inside out. And then we'll start off with the 3rd and 6th string after the 7th. So usually I just do the 6th string because I'm already right here on that side of the guitar. And like I said before, measure about 2 to 3 fingers out, make the cut. And then I always go inside to outside for a quick reminder on that as well. All right, and let's go for the third string. Okay. And we have the fifth and the second string next. And finally, the fourth and first string. That first string can be a little bit pesky with it wanting to come out of the tuning peg, so that's why I kind of bent it at the end there a little bit. Now all the strings are on it, it's polished, pretty, fretboard is completely conditioned with the oil. Let's tune it up, let's see how it sounds. Some of you that might know me personally probably noticed that the guitar that I changed the strings on wasn't a guitar with a Floyd Rose tremolo system, which makes up a vast majority of all the guitars that I own. If you want to see me go into more detail on the Floyd Rose tremolo system, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you want to see me go into more detail on intonation and truss rod adjustment, let me know that as well. And that's it for today's video. Smash that like button down below, subscribe to my page, and also make sure to turn on that bell notifier so that anytime I post a video, you are notified. Thank you so much, guys. This is Chris with High Impact Audio, and we'll see you next time.